Sean Mullen. I build high uptime content delivery and video distribution systems. I'm here right now to show you my latest creation. This is the Programmable Media Player. We have a whole assortment of different media display terminals, server devices, and various accessories that go along with this to provide whatever sort of media delivery mechanism you need to have. Let's start off with our small model, the single display PMP. Now, if you look at the single display PMP, you'll notice we have this one set up to display a single video window, two different text feeds using Latin characters, and three text feeds running traditional Chinese. This particular unit is built around Mac Mini hardware, a very inexpensive commodity PC, running a specialized version of the Linux operating system, and our own custom multimedia player software. Into here, we can feed just about any kind of video or image content you want, including a whole assortment of different transitions, effects between playback, resolution changes, just about anything you can come up with. And then, to wrap the borders and to draw the viewer eye, we play various news feeds encompassing anything you can imagine. In this particular example, we have some Chinese general news feeds, we have a Latin news feed, and we have the most recent information from the NASDAQ. But this can be configured to contain anything. Anything from gaming scores to sports scores to news information, financial information, anything you could put on there, anything that you could want to put on there that's relevant to your particular market. Moving along to our bigger system, the multi-display PMP. This is ideally designed for large-scale installations with screens ranging from the 19-inch like we have set up here, all the way up through 84-inch displays. This one system will run up to 4 84-inch high-definition displays, running either a setup like we have here, which is strictly scrolling image content, all the way up to streaming news feeds, streaming information feeds, and the same kind of video content that we run on the single display system. This particular machine is running on a multi-processor, multi-video card, standard PC hardware, also Linux-based, similar to the single display, using the same software, but configured for additional displays. Now, this particular setup, we don't have any news feeds running. This is designed to be a standalone advertising panel for a shopping mall, for an airport, any other installation where you might want to have multiple displays, no additional information, just a standard advertising panel. However, compared to a standard advertising panel using either paper or mechanical plastic mechanisms, this is a tremendous innovation. Not only do we have abilities to do substantially more transitions and additional effects, but we also have the ability to store vastly larger amounts of images. This one system here can store 10,000 images at high definition resolution, compared to the 6 or 10 that can be stored in a standard advertising panel. Additionally, the images can be used between the panels to create effects that are unprecedented in plastic stand-up advertising. You can watch the panel now. We've got a really good one coming up here. We can display different images across the panels that are synchronized with one another to create widescreen effects, unlike anything you can do with mechanical panels. Moving back to the infrastructure side. This system is Linux-based, so it's very reliable. This is the kind of machine that you can put out and expect to measure uptime in years. On the server side, it's built around a minimum of 2 different pieces of hardware. We have our administration machine that keeps track of what each individual player is doing, as well as real-time status. Anytime anything happens with the player, if it were to lose power, if something were to break on it, if there were to be a hardware failure, you would know immediately. The player stays in constant contact with the administration server so that you always know what's happening with your players. The other component is the video compression server. We use our own proprietary video technology to enable real-time distribution of video from your central office or from an advertising agency directly to the terminals. No additional overhead, no additional processing. You take your edited video, plug it into this machine, click the button, and it's ready to go to a display. Additionally, for high volume installations or busy locations, we also have our localized distribution server. This is a small box that can be installed in a central office, say the office in an airport or an office in a bus station or a subway terminal, to provide additional performance for the PMPs in one particular area. The one other thing that I want to show you, since we're talking about connectivity, the reliability of this, particularly in connectivity loose situations, is unprecedented. This device, as we have it installed here, is running over a standard Ethernet network. These can also be set up over Wi-Fi or over modem networks, depending on your particular installation. But notice in this particular case, the device has been unplugged from the network. Now, when it's unplugged from the network, it won't get updated news. It will have to play what it's already got, and it won't receive updated video, but the device continues to function. It's totally independent of any connection. You can put this in an airport, you can put this in a subway terminal, and regardless of what might happen to the availability of the internet connection, the device will continue to play and continue to advertise. Well, I hope that you've been impressed with the PMP device and the PMP technology, and we look forward to showing you more.